Hello, my friends, and welcome. My name is Tori Doctor, and I am the playwright behind Stories of Arlyrus, Anaax, and the Piper. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to say a special thank you to our sponsor, Echo Bird Social, who built our new website from scratch, and the art of Lynn Redder. Lynn was instrumental in the new character designs for the Off the Beaten Path companions, and one of those designs will be revealed tonight, and you guessed it. That character design will be Anaax. Stay tuned to our social media for the rest of the week as we reveal the rest of the companion designs. Now, each one of the Stories of Arlyrus is an original standalone play that ties into the world of Off the Beaten Path. This work was read back in March. Most of the actors in tonight's reading were able to reprise their roles. Some, sadly, were not. So please do consider this the first official table read with these particular actors. We may have to stop and reset at various moments this after Eve. And now it's time to give a special shout out to my Patreon patrons, our top tier members Kim Sharabura, Ricky Ataki, Stuart Bentley, who happens to be in tonight's show, Megan Merhar, Brooke Shannon, Sarah Vade Boncourt, Steve Pepper, and Tara Hall. Thank you, my top tier members. Without your support, we would not be able to do events like these. You too can become a patron for as little as $2 a month, so you can see to it that the world of Off the Beaten Path, Stories of Arlyrus, and the Greater Companions trilogy continues to grow. Now, unlike Off the Beaten Path, Stories of Arlyrus 2, Anaax and the Piper is not a musical, but we do have musical elements in the show. Each one of the pieces you hear tonight are all original pieces from our OBP Musical Fantasy Commissions side of the business. Now, if you would like a fantasy musical commission for a character, for a world, for a party, for a location such as a tavern or a dungeon, let us know, and we can compose something specifically designed for you. In the meantime, my friends, thank you so very much for listening. Thank you so very much for coming. And I hope you enjoy Stories of Arlyrus 2, Anaax and the Piper.
Always have I roamed, ne'er a place to call my own, nor a bed to rest my head. But perhaps I was misled, for now I think I see how much still waits for me. I must find my way home to a place I call my own, where I am free to be whomever I may be. I must find my way home to a place I call my own, where I am free to be whomever I may be. Whomever I may be. I was born of fear and strife, now on board of this ship, and on every trip I live by the shade, and I die by the knife. I must find my way home to a place I call my own, where I am free to be whomever I may be. I must find my way home to a place I call my own, where I am free to be whomever I may be, whomever I may be. Wherever that takes me.
Prologue.
And then they were doomed to wander Gloomhaven for all eternity.
Mr. Anaax, are you sure that's how it happened?
Miss Gilly, that is exactly how it happened.
You're telling me that these two lovers still wander the forest to this very day, but they can never touch.
Come closer, sweet Gilly.
Gilly takes a step closer to Anaax, so they're almost nose to nose.
That's precisely what I am saying. Now, my dear sweet Miss Gilly, would you be a dear and be so kind as to let me out of this jail cell?
Very funny, Anaax.
Gilly steps away and starts to leave.
Wait!
What is it, Mr. Anaax? After serve other prisoners their gruel.
In all of the infinite halls that line the infinite shelves in the library of present histories, there perches one distinct tome.
Scene 1. A lavish sleeping quarters.
Tell me, Anaax, lover of maidens of the keep.
You shouldn't pigeonhole me like that. I'm missing out on the rest of the kingdom.
Maidens of the kingdom, then.
Why must I stop at maidens?
You really know how to make a woman feel special.
My dear, I love everyone, but I do not make love to everyone.
Not enough time in the day for that?
Oh, you know full well that I don't just do it in the day. Come to think of it, first maidens, nowadays, you are insistent that I cut out at least half of the best things in life.
Could you ever see yourself settling down?
My dear, I settle up.
What do you mean?
I'm settled when I'm up and always moving. And no matter how hard I try, I find it very difficult to move when I am down.
Funny. I have no issues moving when I'm down.
And that, my sweet Grace, is why I am risking life and limb with our little tryst. Because if the steward knew we were in his bed, he'd have my little head.
Oh no, not the little one. That's the best one.
I am not sure if I should be offended or flattered.
Both. So, when can we do this again?
You mean make love in the steward's bed?
Just the first part is fine with me.
I'll be playing it off the beaten path for a fortnight. Send word.
I wish I could hear you play again. You are captivating.
You are too kind by far. You should get dressed. The ceremony will be ending soon, and the steward may need to primp and prance in this very room.
Why do you tease him so?
Oh, so many reasons. You still have the pendant?
I do. I hate the man as much as you do, but this... it's so intimate.
I know.
Scene 2, the keep. The steward is hustling through the keep's halls.
Why didn't you notify me sooner?
I notified you as soon as I discovered it, Master Steward.
Well, not nearly soon enough. This culprit, whoever he is, will face my wrath. This is the 3rd time this month.
Second.
Do not correct me, Grace.
Of course. What was I thinking?
You weren't.
The steward stops, looking directly into Grace's eyes. His face softens.
I'm sorry. I was too rash.
A
Grace.
page comes running and whispers into the steward's ear.
Grace, see to it that the chambers are remade.
Yes, Master Steward.
But after you've fed yourself, you look famished.
Yes, Master Steward.
The steward watches Grace head towards the kitchens. He then doubles back towards his own chambers. Once inside, he closes the door.
You really should lock your doors.
Captain, well, you startled me. This door was locked, I assure you.
I didn't mean that one.
But that's the only... So, that's how they do it. You must tell me, where is this door?
I must tell you nothing, steward.
Of course. Forgive me.
The king is displeased. Vespilio is traveling to Karsus under the guise of getting his twins baptized at Seer Fall. He is already well within the country's borders, and while their feud is not public, it is only a matter of time before it becomes so.
And what does the king desire of me?
You were Vespilio's friend as a child. Renew that friendship and, help him see reason.
As his majesty wishes.
And your bed is rather unkept.
The condition of my bed linens is none of your concern, Captain Vance.
Is it not?
It is, in point of fact, not.
And I say it is. I know in point of fact you have been at the celebrations all morning, so either someone other than you has been in your bed or your servant has been derelict in their duties, and either way makes me not at all happy.
I am not and will not be compromised, Captain.
I will be the judge of that.
Is that a threat?
No, it's my job. Keep a close eye on your servant. The king, as in all things, want to be kept a prize. Now turn around and face the door.
What? Why?
Do as you're told. Turn around, walk up to the door, and face it.
I don't see, but...
Do it.
The steward turns and heads to the door. Before he even makes it clear, he hears a click followed by a grind of stone on stone. He turns to see Captain Vance gone.
How in Karsus' name?
He started to search. Scene 3. Off the beaten path inn.
What do you mean? Someone has taken my spot.
Just what I said, someone took your spot.
Look, Farnham, I need to work to make coin.
Correction, you need to work to pay for room and board. The coin you get from the patrons.
Well, that's not exactly...
Oh, and you haven't been here for 2 nights in a row.
All right, to be fair...
Oh, to be fair, I have let you off the hook far too often.
And I appreciate that, Farnham.
And you were gone for 3 days before the busiest festival of the year.
I thought you said 2.
2 nights and 3 days.
Well, I'm here now.
And I'm telling you, you're not performing.
I'm the best bard Karsus has.
No anymore, you know.
All right. Who is it then? Is it Dandelion? Thom? Tell me it's not Thom. Or Quoth?
It's not Quoth.
Good. That guy always makes the story about him. Who is it?
Dunno. She just calls herself the Piper.
The Piper. Oh, good. Will she play Fearless Tasselhoff for everyone? Ooh, what about Barnvoder's Lament?
She's going to play Theon's Lullaby.
Theon. That's impossible to play on the pipes.
Well, she does it, lad. And she does it well. Now get out of my way. No! Where is that wee lad? No!
Farnham heads back towards the kitchen as an attractive woman takes the stage.
Well, let's see how good you are, you bardic thief. And then she started to play. Within the first few notes, I knew that we were listening to someone special. At first, it was just the pipes. The first few notes clear and breathy. But then, somehow, she wove a minor illusion so that a hammered dulcimer echoed the melody, then switched to play a complementary harmony. Until the choir came in. It was beautiful. I was in awe. It was all done with so little effort. She captivated me in all the ways that mattered most. Who was she, this Piper? I had to know. Then a moment came when I thought she would falter. She wove in horns and strings, the tension building. Surely it was going to be too much for her to play and weave all of these individual illusions, all while continuing to concentrate. When the choir, the drums, the strings and horns ascended into a crescendo like no other, then I saw him. I actually saw Theon riding into battle, facing his foes head on. I was there amidst the battle. And then we saw him fall. He cried out, but he never stopped fighting, even when he was overtaken. It was then that the illusion dissolved, and I was once again within the walls of Off the Beaten Path. I found myself weeping. And then I looked around, and I realized I wasn't the only one.
Scene 4, Searfall. Vesperio sits astride his horse as Avalon plays for the children in the shallows.
Get back here, you cheeky little girl.
My sweet, we must be off soon.
Oh, Vis, let them play. Soon enough, they will have princes asking for their hand.
And I shall deny them the honor. None are so fine as to have my daughter's betrothal.
You are so old-fashioned.
Is it because I use the word betrothal?
No, it's because you're old-fashioned. You have company. I shall leave you to it.
Captain Carter arrives, travel-worn.
Carter, what's the word from the capital?
Celebrations are going on ahead as planned. It seems the king did not heed your warning.
Oh, the man is a fool.
Sir, if I may.
Please, enlighten me.
Things are falling into place too easily. I'm worried it could be a trap.
Ah, worry not, young Carter. I have planned for that eventuality as well.
Of course, I didn't mean...
Sadly, the king's faculties are on a downward spiral. Carsus is closer to falling than any one of our nobles knows. We have to be covert. We have to get our infrastructure in place sooner rather than later. If Carsus falls, we are at the mercy of everyone from Kerrick Thundertree in the north to Camor across the strait. I won't allow that to happen.
Wisp, come. The girls are playing in the waterfall and they want to see their father.
Of course, my love. Rest assured, I have everything under control. Now, I need to be a father to those two little girls.
For the life of me, I still can't tell the two of them apart.
Well, it's simple once you know what to look for.
And what's that?
Asira is always the sweet one.
Scene 5, Off the Beaten Path Tavern.
You were very good.
Thank you.
Where are you from? I don't quite place the accent.
I am from everywhere.
That's a lot of places.
I know.
So, Whiterun? Styria? Hyrule?
What do you want?
Perhaps we got off to the wrong start. My name is Anaax.
Oh, so you're Anaax.
I'm flattered you know of me.
I don't.
But you just said...
Well, I know the name Anaax because that's the name of the person that left Farnham high and dry. It's also the name that was stitched inside all of the orange clothing I had to vacate into the hall. So, no, I don't know you, but I know that your pack was left in the hallway along with your loot.
My loot?
Yeah.
In the hallway?
Yeah.
You put my loot in the hallway.
Don't get your small clothes into a knot, princess.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means his undergarments.
No, the princess part.
Oh, it just it means
he's what?
Precious?
Oh, then you should have used Farnham.
Oh, duly noted.
If you need me, I'll be in my room.
What about the coin they tossed your way?
I'm not a witcher. You can pick it up and hold on to it for me. I don't respond well to people throwing coins in my general direction. They can hand it to me if they want to be polite.
Well, that just happened?
She scares me.
Me too. I think I'm in love.
Again? That makes the third time this week.
Fourth, actually. There was another at the keep. But this one's different.
How so?
She hates me.
Scene 6, the council chambers. Queen Caitlin, King August, and Captain Vance are meeting.
Yep. What have you to report? Captain?
Little. There have been murmurings of an attack of some sort, but we can't pin it down. It's all rumors and speculation.
Are you still on that wild goose chase, Captain?
Majesty.
My sources tell me that there is no planned attack on Carsus. That it is I that is the target, not the city itself.
Your sources, Majesty. Why am I not aware of these sources? Who are they and what are they saying?
Captain, worry not about these sources. They are unreliable at best. Gas puts too much stock in rumors and hearsay.
And if I may be so bold as to...
No, you may not.
As you wish.
Altaz!
Majesty.
Altaz! See the captain out. Our work is finished here.
Altaz and Captain Vance exit together.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
You were dismissed by the Queen.
I know that, but why did things suddenly get weird?
Probably because you were in the room.
Are you flirting with me?
Do you think I would come all the way from Stormwind just to flirt with the captain of the King's Guard?
Well, yeah.
You think too much of yourself.
The Sanks.
Did you just say the Sanks?
Yeah, I'm brushing up on my Stormwindian.
Stormwindian. You're lucky you're cute.
Correction, you're lucky I'm cute. Isn't that the door to your chambers?
It is. Are you passively aggressively wanting inside my chambers?
Is that what we're calling it now? We should go inside. Something important just came up.
I can tell. But no, I don't think that would be wise.
Alta snaps her fingers. The captain is the victim of a hold person spell.
Why did you?
Because it's inappropriate for high-ranking officials to fraternize. Isn't that right, Grace?
Grace has been standing there the whole time.
Absolutely. Now, forgive me. I need to get back to work.
Altaz enters her room and closes the door. Grace looks Captain Vance up and down.
Down, boy.
Grace exits with a wink, leaving Captain Vance stuck in place.
I adore that woman.
Scene 6B, back in the jail.
In the meantime, I was following up with the Piper.
One moment, Mr. Anaax. Didn't the captain not trust Miss Grace?
What makes you say that?
Well, what he said earlier about him not trusting the master steward's servant.
Maybe it's not the steward that he mistrusts.
Oh. He doesn't trust the steward.
In the meantime...
One more question, Mr. Anaax. With the captain in a state of... you know...
arousal?
I was going to say excitement. Was that not, you know, humiliating for the captain?
Where is your mind, Miss Gilly?
Apparently where yours is all the time, Mr. Anaax. Mine is a momentary curiosity, whereas yours seems perpetual. Will this story be true?
It is true, Gilly. Every word of it. In the meantime, I was following up on the Piper.
Scene 7, off the beaten path rooms. Anaax is pounding on the Piper's door.
I know you're in there.
I know too.
I need my loot.
Well, I don't have it.
Will you just open the door?
Why?
So I can talk to you.
You're talking to me now.
Correction, I am yelling at you.
And you wonder why I don't open the door.
Look, Piper.
Harold.
What?
My name is Harold.
Your name is Harold?
You really don't want me to open this door, do you?
Fine. Harold, I'm sorry.
Don't call me that.
You just said your name.
I know. Now I'm just teasing. Come on in.
Thank you. Now, what do I call you? Harold? Piper?
People call me Piper. My name is Harold. I'll answer to either.
I'll call you Piper.
That's fine. Most people do. Harold makes most people uncomfortable.
Well, you have to admit that Harold is an odd name for a...
For what?
For a woman.
Ah, there it is.
What? There what is?
So many assumptions.
I'm sorry, what is happening?
Well, assumptions. Preconceived notions.
Oh, you are so odd.
You're making me regret opening up that door.
I'm sorry. I am just confused. I'm not usually like this. I usually know just what to say.
And why am I different?
Because you are different.
You are so right, and yet you couldn't be further from the truth.
Ooh, a puzzle. I like this.
Not a puzzle, Anaax. It's far simpler than that. You think that I am different, when the truth is that everyone is different. Everyone is uniquely them. And all the while, you're trying to put me in a box with everyone else that has similar traits, when the fact of the matter is you should give everyone their own box.
Wow. That came out of nowhere. You've been waiting to say this for a long time, and we just met.
No, I've been saying this for a long time.
Look, Piper. Harold. I am sorry for making assumptions about who and what you are. You're right. You deserve your own box.
Everyone
does. I was about to say that. But I don't like being set up for a trap.
Well, you wouldn't have fallen into the trap if you were watching where you were going.
Well, that's because I wasn't expecting a trap to be set up.
Point taken. Sometimes I have a habit of starting off on the offensive.
Which is understandable if you've been hurt in the past.
More than hurt, Anaax. Far more than hurt.
Why would anyone want to hurt you?
I was just like them. I was different.
Scene 7, the road to Carsis. Hespelia is riding alongside Avalon.
Visp, how do you think August will take our arrival?
Not well, I'm afraid. But I will not see Carsus fall to an attack.
Are you sure about the intelligence?
As sure as one can be. Carter may seem young, but he is the son of a former head of a thieves' guild. He knows how to get to the bottom of rumors.
That still sits with me poorly.
I know. But trust me, there is none more loyal.
Visp, I trust you and your faith in Carter, but I still don't know what happened, and that leaves questions.
I know. You just have to trust me on this one.
I do. I trust you in all things.
All things?
Most things. Some things. I trust you in this one thing.
You would have made a wonderful monarch.
No, I would have made a terrible monarch. I have too much empathy. Oh, I could lead. But I would just be crushed if any of the choices I made would lead to loss. I care far too much.
Asira is just like you, you know.
And Noctis is just like you.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
You should give yourself more credit. You're not all terrible, not wholly.
Just partially.
Just mostly.
Sir, we have company.
As I suspected.
Shall I intercept them?
Yes.
No. If you want to defuse the situation, I'll intercept them.
Sir?
Don't look at me. She's her own woman. She can do what she wants.
Allow me to at least accompany you.
You're cute, but I don't think they'll want to start a war. They just want to escort us. And besides, I've seen you training with the sword. You're good, but I'm better.
No, again, don't look at me. She's won every time against me, too. Let her go, Carter. What can it hurt?
Avalon made her way to Captain Vance on horseback.
And you must be the Princess Avalon.
Oh, please call me Ava. You must be Captain Vance, head of the King's Guard.
Indeed. Vespilio sends you when it should be him I communicate with?
He thought to send the brains before the brawn.
I see. I will have to address him before long.
Oh, I would expect no less. But let us relax a bit. Perhaps we should get to know each other better if we're going to be travel companions.
If you insist.
I'm afraid I do. How is Advisor Altaz doing?
Captain Vance struggled to keep his composure as Avalon thought to herself.
Well done, Carter. Vance did not see that one coming.
Scene 8, The Keep. Master Stewart is in private council with King August and Queen Caitlin.
You summoned me, Majesty?
I want to know more about the friendship between you and Vespilio.
I see.
Well?
Majesty, it's not something...
Your king gave you a direct question.
Of course, Majesty. It's just that, and I am sorry to say this, but you were there.
What?
You were there, Majesty, for the vast majority of my time in the Vespilio household.
Of course I was. I was speaking specifically, more specifically about the...
The falling out.
Yes, that's it. The falling out.
The steward looks to the Queen for guidance. Caitlin gives the steward an encouraging nod.
As you recall, Vespilio was like a son to me.
Yes, I recall. Son.
And you, his closest friend.
Go on.
Vespilio's father was a good man. When he died, I promised him that I would take care of Vespilio like a son. And for years I did. I watched you two spend the warmer seasons together, growing closer every cycle. Vespilio was growing into a man of great wisdom, or so I thought. And you wore the burden of your bloodline with an ease that astounded even the most erudite of scholars. I had suspected then that Vespilio had become jealous, and so I addressed his jealousy as a father would. Majesties, I have no children of my own, and perhaps I felt too comfortable in my role as a father figure. He told me that I presumed too much, that I was only a servant, and that my station was bestowed upon me by the foolish wish of a dying old man. He told me that I had outstayed my welcome, and that he would find a new master for the household. Well, that is when...
I bade you welcome. Yes, I recall it now. He was cruel to you, and for that I am sorry. But now I need to ask you to rekindle your relationship for the sake of the kingdom. For me.
Your Majesty, if I may be so bold.
Please.
I have only ever loved 3 men. Vespilio's father, Vespilio himself, and now you, Majesty. 2 of them I feared were forever gone. But you bring back a hope, a wish I dared not even dream. I shall do everything in my power to put right the wrongs of the past. I shall bring Vespilio back into the fold.
Oh, you speak from the heart, Master Steward. It speaks to your quality. Karsus is blessed to have you. We are blessed to have you.
When you speak to my old friend...
Yes, Majesty.
I want you to kill him.
Scene 9, The King's Wood. Anaax and the Piper are strolling through a forest.
I'm sorry about your loot.
You'll think you're sorry. Imagine how I feel. And don't worry, you don't owe me a lute.
I know. I'd have liked to have heard you play.
Really?
Of course. A lesson on what not to do is always useful.
Oh, really?
I'm kidding. You have this spark about you. I can't quite put my finger on it.
A spark? That's halfway to admitting that I'm hot.
Don't put words in my mouth, Anaax.
You really are magnificent when you play.
Just when I play, huh?
You have me flummoxed when you're not. You are a riddle, Harold, and I would give anything to play like you.
Did you ever wish you could be a druid?
A druid? No, I can't say that I have. Although changing shape could have its advantages, so why do you ask?
Juniper.
The satyr?
It was rumored that she once frolicked in these very woods.
Do you think she did?
Who can say? She might be here now. Too shy to say anything to us humans. Minor illusion. Harp.
What?
Past minor illusion. Harp.
What key?
Piper holds up her pipes.
Right, of course. Then we started to play together. Her with her pipes, me with my minor illusion.
How would I love to have heard that?
I will always remember that walk through the trees and the sound of her pipes playfully tickling the parts of me I hadn't felt in years. A playful tune that harkens back to a time that I barely remember amongst the Fae.
Fae, Mr. Anaax.
Hmm?
The Fae.
What about them?
Oh, Mr. Anaax, you're having me on. Did you at least see Juniper?
To this day, I don't rightly know. I would see something out of the corner of my eye, but when I'd look, there would be nothing there. And at times I could swear that there was a harmony being played, but I can't say for certain. There is only one who would know, and she, as she was wont to do, wasn't talking. I would have never thought to weave more than one minor illusion while playing.
I wasn't weaving any illusions. That was all you.
Okay, but the harmony, the rustling of the bushes.
Someone's coming. Hide.
I don't know why we did. We had every right to be in that wood, and yet we hid among the bushes anyway, like a couple of delinquent children.
I think I hear music. I swear I do.
How could you hear anything above your own ego?
You are funny. You should become a minstrel, or what are those ones that tell jokes? A jester.
A fool.
She said that straight to me. I was sure of it.
Yes, a fool. You should be a fool.
I feel like someone else has that moniker.
Hey now, I was doing my best impression of charming.
That's your impression of charming.
Oh, I'm just warming up. Look, I'm no Tom Merlin or
Anaax Passion.
The orange guy. He's no real bard.
Don't even think about it.
I would have fought him right then and there, and I would have won.
You would lose.
Handily.
Easily.
We should keep moving, Vance. Whatever you're about to...
Altaz, I love you. I have always loved you.
Say...
She was too
late. Captain Vance.
Ned.
I care for you. I really do.
What?
But I cannot disobey the Queen.
I see. And how certain...
Quite.
I'm sorry to have taken up your time. I must see it. I must go.
Then go.
I shan't bother you again.
Then he left.
That was cruel.
I am so sorry. Had we known...
Had he known, you both would have been pulled in for interrogation, spying on two of the highest ranking officials in the keep.
We weren't spying.
I was.
That was when the plot thickened. Later that night, the king and queen were within their own bedchambers.
Scene 10, the keep. King August is pacing in his bedchambers.
Kill Vespilio. Gus, are you certain of this course of action?
Yes, I am certain.
But this could start a war.
Or end one before it started.
What do you know that I don't? Fine. At least tell me what you know of this intelligence you dismissed, and why neither I nor the captain of the King's Guards was aware of it.
Vespilio sent words that there are rumors of an attack against Karsis.
And you didn't tell me?
We have more pressing concerns.
I think an attack against Karsis is the most pressing concern.
Caitlin, you need to trust me in this. They are saying that this is a ruse and that I am the true target. I need to keep us safe.
They?
Yes, my love.
Oh, it's getting worse.
No. They wouldn't lie to me. What about this?
Gus, what did the physic say?
I can't trust the physic, Kate.
Why?
He knows.
No, what he knows is not true. You know that, right?
So you say.
Why do you want to hurt me?
I don't want to hurt. I'm sorry.
Gus, just look at me. Look at me. Look me in the eye. This is your child. Yours alone. Yours. And I love you.
I love you too. But I don't know that the child is mine.
Oh.
I feel like I should. I feel like I should feel it. They tell me it's not.
Whatever they tell you is a lie.
No!
I do, Gus. I do know.
We aren't safe. Not here. Not.
He hears things that no one else does.
They're coming. I can hear them, Kate. They're coming for me. They're coming to kill me.
No one is coming, Gus. Shh. We are safe here. This is just an episode. I am here. I'm not going anywhere. I am here and no one is coming.
Captain Vance enters and stops when he sees the Queen put a finger to her lips.
Majesty.
Henceforth, Captain, you are to stay inside our bedchambers at night whenever possible. And if not you, someone you trust to keep a secret.
Of course, Your Majesty.
I am afraid my husband may try to kill me whilst I sleep.
I'm scared, Kate. I'm so scared.
It's all right. I'm here. I will always be here. No one is coming.
That last statement was true. No one was coming because Vespilio was already there. The next morning, the king made his way to a place deep inside the bowels of the keep, meeting with someone he thought could help him.
Scene 11. The Physic. The king is with a Physic who remains tucked in shadows. You should have come to a Physic sooner with this information, Majesty.
I was worried about the implications. But after last night...
I see. And why not your own Physic, if I may be so bold?
You may not.
Of course. Forgive me.
The Master Steward said I could trust you above all else.
Did he? Well, I must thank him for his kind words. Take this potion once every 3 days. It will stave off the voices and hallucinations. The first day, you will be strong of mind and feel as though nothing is wrong at all. The second day, less so. The third, you will succumb to your degeneration. I suggest you do not make any decisions on the third day. I can do nothing but slow what is happening to your mind.
Why not have a potion every day, or every other day?
Because you will poison yourself. You will die a slow, painful death, and your mind will be ever alert throughout the entire ordeal. No. This is the best course of action for you. This will prolong your mind and body.
Yeah, that was pleasant. So, tell me, Graham, How long do I have?
A good 4 cycles.
And how many bad ones?
All of them. Scene 12, off the beaten path. Barnum is chasing after his apprentice as Grace enters, bag slung over her shoulder.
No! You get back here, you little... Oh, hello, lass. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Mr. Anaax Passion.
Oh, I see. You're one of his, that is to say, you're, one
Lovers?
Oh, well, I was gonna say,
What? What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, would you like a drink, perhaps some food? We got some potatoes, you know what they say, boil them, mash them, put them in a stew,
And hope there's enough for me and you.
I didn't know there was more to that.
Most people don't.
Learn something new every day. Mr. Anaax ain't here, Miss,
Grace.
Grace. He's out with,
With?
Oh, he's out with,
You really must like to stop in the middle of sentences.
Do I? I've never,
See?
Yes, I guess it does. I do. I mean, I does do. Sorry. What is it you need from our Anaax then? I know not that it's any of my business.
Right.
Not that it's any of my
Business?
You took the words right out of my
Mouth?
Something like that, yeah.
I came to see Anaax sing for the festivals this evening.
Oh, good thing you came early before the festivals began. We'd be packed. Oh. But
You're doing it again.
I'm sorry. It's just that Mr. Anaax isn't performing anymore. Not since he lost his lute.
Lost his lute during the biggest celebration of the cycle? He must be devastated. He loves that instrument.
Oh, he did. He does. He do. Well, he still can tell his stories, though, however, and sometimes he sings along with the piper. Now, she scares me.
You're scared of a piper?
Oh, she's not just any piper.
I'll take your word for it.
Now, I don't know how long he'll be, well, you can have a seat. Yeah?
You're very kind, thank you.
Where are you from? I hear a hint of an accent on there, yeah?
From here, I'm afraid, although my mother came from Camor.
Oh.
Captain Carter, Vespilio, and Avalon enter.
Barkeep, I need food and drink for...
Master Vespilio!
Do I know you?
Yes! I mean, no. Well, no. Yeah. Yes. Well, I had an opportunity to meet you some years ago at your estate. Now, I delivered a batch of ginger scald here to you, and you said it was the best ginger scald that you ever tasted. You were so kind that day. That's a nice little feather in my cap. I don't wear a cap, but if I did, that'd be the largest panache you had ever seen.
I recall you now, yes. Your scald was indeed the best. I've been to Camor several times since, and have yet to best it.
I see the young lady here's from Camor, aren't you?
Oh, no, my mother.
What part of Camor?
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't know.
Mistress Avalon asked you a question.
Millfalls.
Ah, minor nobles, I see.
We are far beneath your notice, sir.
No one is beneath my notice, young lady.
Then you wouldn't know the gentleman bastards, would you?
Carter, that is enough.
I beg your pardon. You are quite right, mistress. I have overstepped.
Yes. Come, join us.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Oh, really, mistress,
Oh, hush. I won't hear any of it. Barkeep, forgive me, your name?
Farnham, mistress.
Farnham, would you be so kind to furnish us with your finest spread?
Coming right up.
I will walk the perimeter.
What's gone into him?
I don't know.
That's when the explosion occurred.
What? An explosion?
Yes, it's a large fireball that...
I know what an explosion is. What happened?
I was just about to tell you when you interrupted with, what? An explosion?
Well, can you blame me?
Well, quite frankly, Miss Gilly, yes.
Well, just tell me.
Let me out and I will finish the story.
Finish the story and I will put a key within reach.
Deal.
I'm not finished. And a kiss.
Excuse me?
You heard me. A kiss. And mean it.
Gilly runs a tongue against her tooth. Scene 13. Curses Town Square. Anaax and the Piper are picking themselves up off the ground.
Are you all right? I can barely hear myself.
You'll be fine. The ringing will go away eventually. If not, find a cleric.
Did you know that the anagram for cleric is a circle? There's a joke in there somewhere.
Do you really think that this is time for...
I know.
We need a cleric.
I know, cleric has a nice ring to it. Circle. Ring! That's the joke I knew I'd find.
No, we need a cleric.
The Piper rushes over to a badly burned Captain Carter.
You all right?
What's that?
Captain Carter says, Vespilio.
Anaax touches Carter. A moment of confusion clouds his face, and he passes out.
What was that?
Just a little trick, I know. He's stable, but he's been hit bad. What was he saying?
I don't know, but if we don't get him help soon, he will likely die.
Let's take him to the keep, then. There is someone that I know that might look after him.
The Piper starts to move her hands and whispers.
How difficult.
Anaax starts to grow in size.
Oh, whoa, why am I getting big? That's not the first time I've said that in front of you.
Not the time.
You saying we'll have time later?
Keep it up.
Isn't that your job? Come on, you've got to admit that was funny.
Captain Carter moans.
Good idea, stranger. Let's get you to the keep. Ooh, I wonder if I'm bigger everywhere.
Anaax and the Piper realise that there is far more carnage around them than they initially realised.
Harold, we've got to get to the keep.
Scene 14. The keep. Queen Caitlin is humming a wordless tune as she looks over her documents. Something catches her eye.
No. Oh no. No, Altaz! Altaz!
A bright flash of light is seen out her window, and a moment later the sound of the explosion. After a moment, the door bursts open and Captain Vance enters.
Your Majesty! We must get to the shelters.
Where's Altaz?
Safe. She was with me. Now please, we must leave.
No, where's Gus?
I don't know. We have the guard looking for him.
Gus!
Majesty, you are with child. We must get you to the dungeons for safety. Trust me.
All right.
The Queen heads towards the door when Vance stops her.
No, we mustn't be seen this way.
Vance touches a stone and the fireplace opens.
How did you do that?
No time. Let's go.
Yes.
They descend into darkness. Scene 14b, the keep. Anaax and the Piper make their way through the secret back halls of the keep.
I shouldn't be showing this now that I know you're a spy.
Well, at least you know that I'm a spy for all the right reasons. The spell will wear off any time now.
Oh, too late.
Here.
Anaax is under a pile of Captain Carter.
Let me give you a hand.
Why didn't you tell me that you were a multi-class?
Because.
Good point. Someone's coming.
The Piper hands start to glow with power as Anaax draws his saber.
You actually know how to use that thing?
I play it as well as do the lute.
Careful, Piper. I'm not in the mood to be trifled with. What are you doing here?
We could say the same thing. Also, that was very cliché.
We are trying to save this man's life.
By bringing him to the Master Steward.
What would you suggest?
Not that. There's a mole somewhere within the keep. Trust no one.
No one but you?
You know where my loyalties lie, Piper. The crown and Stormwind are my top priorities.
And Vance.
I don't know how King Anduin found out.
You have to make a choice. It's either Vance or Stormwind. You can't have both.
I know. You can report that the king will have my answer soon.
Fair enough.
Just be careful with the steward. I'm off to join Vance and the queen.
You knew that the captain and Altars would be in that wood, didn't you? That's why you took us there.
I had intel that they might be there. Yeah.
You really are something else, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, I am.
The steward's quarters are in just the other side of this wall. I'll go in and make sure that the coast is clear.
Anaax presses something. There is a sound of stone on stone as a door swings open. As they enter, it closes silently behind them.
Make sure that the door is locked. I'll get the sheets off the bed and use them as a makeshift stretcher.
Piper makes her way to the door as Anaax starts to strip the bed. The door bursts open to a shocked steward.
You! What are you doing here?
Hello, steward.
Guards!
Piper's hands fly out in front of her, casting hold person.
Oh, luckily, the chaos of these halls will likely cover his calling out. He can't speak much above more than a whisper, so we should be safe.
It was you the whole time.
Aye, it was. Can you blame us? It was a very comfy bed.
And is this your whore?
Listen here.
Yes, it's been us the whole time soiling your bed. I'm so glad you caught us.
You and your kind are no better than dogs.
My kind?
Yes, your kind.
Piper slaps the steward hard across the face.
Is that the best you can do, witch? Don't think that I don't know you. You are the Stormwind Piper. Henceforth, you will be both banished from these very walls, and if you ever return, I will see to it that you are beheaded, so you'll never be able to play your precious pipes again.
I swear, I am going to shove my pipe so far up your
Altaz. Altaz is from Stormwind. The explosion is your doing. You are starting a war.
That's when the Piper gave the prone steward a right across that knocked him out.
Whoa. Oh, that was... Wow.
Why did you tell him that we were sleeping together?
I was saving the life of his servant who I was sleeping with.
And why not just tell him about the man behind the wall?
Because he came back to his room alone with no guards during a national emergency.
So?
Think about it. He would never come back here alone. He should be with the king, the queen, or with guards, not alone. That man is a coward. Yet he was coming back for something, and it's something he didn't want anyone to know about.
I suppose you're right. We need to leave.
Scene 15, the dungeons. Captain Vance, Queen Caitlin, and Altaz are in the relative safety of the dungeon.
Oh, stop pacing, Vance.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, I can't help it.
Why don't you do what you want to do?
Majesty?
Altaz is right there. Go be with her.
I'm not sure what you're...
You're adorable, Altaz. I know you have feelings for Captain Vance.
I would never go against...
I know you would never, but I am here to say it's all right. I will talk to Gus.
But he would have to leave the King's Guard.
Well, that's for him to decide, not you.
I would, you know. Leave? For you?
I think I'll take my leave over to this side.
She hums a wordless tune as she leaves the two levers be.
You know, this is not how I imagined this in a dungeon protecting the queen.
Why does everyone know but me?
Know what?
The Queen, Piper, Anaax.
The bard?
Even King Anduin knows. Everyone knows how much I care about you.
I don't know how much you care, but I would really, really like to.
Vance, I have to choose. I have to choose between you and Stormwind.
I see. Well, you don't have to choose. Then I understand. It wouldn't be fair of me to make you choose anyway. I'm sorry. I wish things were different.
But they're not.
I know.
Ned, I choose you.
What?
She said she chooses you.
Why? How? What changed?
The Queen's blessing. That's always what has been holding me back.
Well, had I known, I would have given you my blessing sooner. As soon as all of this is settled, we'll make sure that it all works out.
Majesty, thank you.
You're ever so welcome. We cannot dictate where and when love will strike. It just does. Oh, you can try and fight it, but you'll have more luck grappling with lightning.
Your Majesty, were it not possible, I would say you inspire even more loyalty in this humble servant.
Oh, save the flowery words for your love. I'm worried about mine. Captain Vance, I want you to take these back halls and find the king.
But...
Don't go. Altaz is more than capable enough of looking after my welfare.
With that, Altaz's hands started to glow. Scene 16, outside off the Beaten Path Tavern. Vespilio, Avalon, and Farnham are taking stock of the damage in the square.
By the gods, I knew this would happen. Damn that man!
Visp, it was several fireballs that went off at once.
That isn't possible.
There were either a few high-level wizards casting simultaneously from a diameter of at least 300 feet.
Or this was a trap set up by an individual with the backing of a nation.
Either answer indicates a coordination that goes far beyond anything we anticipated.
Yes.
Looks like we have about 14 dead and 30 or more wounded.
Still no sign of Carter?
None.
He would check in if he were all right.
Unless...
Don't even think it, Ava.
Where's the girl?
As she was in a rough shape, I sent her back to the keep.
She didn't seem injured.
She complained of head pain. One look at her eyes told me she was concussed.
Ah, I see. I was hoping for more hands.
You'll have to do with yours. I suspect we are off to the keep.
As Vespilio and Avalon made their way to the keep, I, along with the Piper...
You mean Harold?
Yes, I thought that was self-evident.
Don't get snarky. There's a key on the line.
Well, look who's come into some power. Don't let it go to your head.
You were saying?
I was saying that, with the help of Harold, carried the unconscious Captain Carter through the keep's secret passageways.
Scene 17, secret passageways.
Someone's coming.
Wrong. Someone is here. Anaax.
Captain Vance, a pleasure to see you.
And what have you there?
A gravely wounded man. He looked official, so we brought him here.
Through the back halls of the keep?
Yes.
Captain, if I may.
And who are you?
I am Harold the Bard.
The one that wanders around through time and worlds?
Yeah, that's Matthias.
Then I have no idea who you're talking about.
Man is about to die. The steward is an idiot and is threatening us with banishment because he thinks we have something to do with the explosions, but...
Do you?
No.
No!
But he thinks advisor Altaz has something to do with it.
Altaz. She has nothing to do with it.
We know.
We know.
Wait. That man is in Vespilio colors.
You knew this, didn't you?
A little.
He needs to go to the dungeon. We will see to his wounds there.
So, the rumors are true.
About?
The falling out between Vespilio and the king?
That is none of your concern. I must find the king, take this man the way I came, follow the key carvings on the wall, on the base of the walls, and that will take you straight to the dungeons. And I swear if you are lying, the steward's plans for you will be considered kind. Now go.
And so we did. Down and down and down until we found a door to the dungeon.
It looks to be it.
Now look for a lever to the right of the door.
There's nothing.
It's got to be there.
Well, it's not.
Try the left side.
The door opens silently.
I can see bars. This is it.
The two carried Captain Carter out of the passageways.
Anaax, the door is closing!
And directly into a locked jail cell. Scene 18, the Keep. Vespilio and Avalon have made their way to the Keep. Grace greets them.
Master Steward was detained, but he sent word for the guards to let you pass. This is a difficult time for the Keep, for...
Master Vespilio.
Master Steward.
Apologies. I was detained. Mistress Avalon, I presume?
Indeed, I have heard so much about you.
The steward shifts uncomfortably.
How are you feeling, Grace?
Oh, better, thank you.
You know each other?
We met a while ago, fortuitously.
I see. Grace, since you are pretending to be above your station, for the moment you are now a page. Send word to the king that Master Vespilio and I will be meeting in the royal library. Send for Advisor Altaz and Captain Vance to meet us there at his earlier convenience.
But, Master Steward, the king...
Is in his private chambers. Be on your way.
Of course, Master Steward.
Do not be hard on the girl, Master Steward. She's been through a lot.
Haven't we all?
The steward was true to his word. The king was in his private bedchambers. She arrived at the same time as a dishevelled Captain Vance.
Captain Vance, I'm to tell the king that Vespilio and the steward are to be met in the royal library.
Why am I the last to know everything around here?
I'm also to find Advisor Altaz and tell her to attend.
Altaz.
Where can I find her?
I will bring word to her. She's safe with the queen.
Shall I?
You've done your job well, Paige.
Oh, only for the moment. I wouldn't dare.
Looking Grace in the eye.
I know you wouldn't. Now go. I must speak with the king.
Grace exits as Captain Vance enters the king's chambers.
In the meantime, Harold and I were in a dungeon cell with no real recourse.
Scene 19, the dungeon. Anaax, Piper, and Captain Carter are locked in the dungeon.
I guess that's why the lever was on the left.
You just figure that out now?
No, I figured that out a while ago. I'm just voicing it now. I have to hand it to the captain. I did not think him savvy enough to lay a trap for us.
Should have done an insight check.
I did. My own assumptions had me at a disadvantage, it seems. Harold, since we are alone, well, mostly alone, that spark you mentioned, it hasn't blossomed into a fire, has it?
Why do you ask?
Because when I imagine what a life would be like without you moving forward...
Anaax.
Hear me out. Look, I love you. I have never loved anyone before. Not really, not wholly, not truly. Not until you. You're not talking. This is usually where the other person would talk.
What do you want me to say, Anaax?
Just tell me that I'm not in this alone. Tell me that you feel something too.
I do feel something, Anaax. I care about you. Really, I do.
But I am in this alone.
I feel for you as much as it is possible for me to feel. I can't give you more than that right now.
Right now? Right now, then I am willing to wait, as long as it takes.
What if it takes forever?
Some waits are worth it.
I make no promises.
Captain Carter moans.
Coming to.
Whispers something under her breath.
It's very hurty in here.
Oh, you are full of surprises.
It's a spell called Suppress Pain. It kind of works like milk of the puppy.
So, he's...
Very, very stoned.
Oh, you're a very pretty man.
Oh, thank you. You weren't bad yourself on the right side. The left side is a bit crispy.
Anaax!
Anaax. That's a pretty name. A pretty name for a pretty man.
Oh, I'm really starting to like this guy.
What's your name?
Do they only hire attractive people here?
What is your name?
His name is Captain Aramis Carter.
Altaz.
Queen Caitlin.
And how did the name of Stormwind did you get in there?
Captain Vance. He's quite the strategic mind.
That he is.
Oh? Oh.
Now you use your insight. That one was obvious. Her whole face lit up at the word of him.
Yep, I'm in heaven. Everyone is far too pretty.
Oh, you poor man. Let's get him to the king's physic. Wait, if he is here, then Vesbilio must be as well. Oh no. No.
What is it, Majesty?
Gus is going to kill Vesbilio.
Scene 20, the King's Chambers.
And are you sure that's wise?
Why not? He ordered the explosion of our town square.
Is this something we know for sure?
I know. I have my intelligence, and unless irrefutable evidence comes to light...
With all due respect, your...
Do not question me, Captain Vance.
Of course not, Your Majesty.
The Master Steward is to poison the wine. All you need to do is make sure that it all goes according to plan. It will be painless, of that I am sure.
Of course, Your Majesty.
You are dismissed.
Majesty.
What?
The Master Steward believes Advisor Altaz to be responsible for the explosions.
Why would he believe such a thing?
I know not, but I do know that she had nothing to do with this event.
Noted. Now, see that my plan goes off without a hitch.
Scene 21, outside the Royal Library. Altaz arrives with Grace and they meet up with Captain Vance just outside of the library.
Thank you, Grace. Be careful, Advisor. I don't trust this at all.
I'll be in there with her, Grace. Don't worry.
Grace, the Queen wishes you to escort Mistress Avalon to her chambers, please. As you wish.
Louisa, the King...
You've never called me that before.
I know. I thought it was about time I did.
I know what the King is planning.
Then you know I have to stop it.
I know. The Queen wants you to stop it too.
Are we teaming up? Should we become an adventuring duo?
That actually sounds exciting.
Oh, let's go!
It has been far too long. Ah, we have company.
Altaz of Stormwind, so nice of you to join us.
Scene 22, off the beaten path. Farnham is directing traffic as the inn has become a triage centre.
Alright, you two see to the wounded over there. Ma'am, look, if you can walk, you're in better shape than the vast majority of the people in here. You two, get away from there! Shit! No, where is that? This is a disaster for Mum's sake. I swear if I ever get my hands on that Mum's forsaken...
Nonal hands Farnham a shoulder bag.
Oh, I know who this is. I'll be sure to,
Nonal gestures to look inside the bag.
Well, I'll be. Good work, Nonal.
Scene 23, the Royal Chambers. Captain Carter is in Queen Caitlin's care. Piper is there as well.
Mistress Avalon, I believe you know this man.
Captain Carter.
He was gravely wounded during the explosion.
Anaax, Passion, and I brought him to the keep when we saw how badly he was wounded.
Anaax Passion.
A bard.
Who says bards are useless?
Well, literally everyone. So
This is Piper, a bard.
You have our thanks.
There's more. Captain Carter is starting to feel the effects of Piper's spell wear off. He will soon be in great pain. I've already sent for a physic, but they're all in town with the injured.
What can we do?
Milk of the poppy, but that's about it.
He will only speak to either you or Master Vespilio, no one else. He's made that very clear.
Carter, it is I, Mistress Ava.
Mistress?
Tell me, Carter.
I'm sorry.
For? Carter, what are you sorry for?
My fault.
There is a pounding at the door.
Not now!
My apologies, Majesty, but Anaax Passion needs the Piper. He says it's urgent.
Carter's heart starts to race. His breathing comes quickly.
I was having a fit. I don't know what to do.
Piper, go. Grace, find a physic. Any physic.
I will have to go to town.
Then go.
It's all right, Carter. I know what you did. Just tell me why. Why did you do it?
Captain Carter can barely speak.
What do you mean, amulet?
Captain Carter whispers something into Mistress Avalon's ear.
By the gods, no.
Scene 24. Outside the keep. Anaax is waiting for the Piper.
Took you long enough? We have to go!
Why?
Altaz is in with the steward, Vespilio, and the captain of the King's Guard. Something is seriously wrong here. We have to leave, and leave now.
No.
What?
I won't leave Altaz.
You barely know her.
I barely know you.
I'll admit that we have not known each other for that long, but that doesn't mean...
You don't get it, do you, Anaax? I love your company, but I can't be with you. Not in the way that you want.
I don't care if you are with me or not. I care that you live through this day. So many have died around us. I don't want you to die too, not when I've just found you. In fact, I have never wanted someone to not die so much in my entire existence. So please, let's just get out of here together, just so I know you're safe. Please.
No.
If you go back in there...
What, Anaax, what?
I can't go back in with you.
Then don't.
Don't you see? I love you.
Don't you see that I can't love you? No matter how hard you try, I can't be what you want. Please, don't force me.
As if I could. As if I could. I'll make you a deal. Don't come in with me. But don't go in there either.
What?
Go to the King's Wood.
What?
You will be safe there.
And with that, Anaax turned and left, resisting the urge to turn back around. Scene 23, Royal Library.
The king wanted me to try and renew our friendship, Vespilio.
To what end?
To see if you can listen to reason.
Then why have his captain of the guard here?
That is to see to my safety, Vespilio.
This insult is not the way to win me over. What of her?
She is here at my behest.
I have reason to believe that Altaz of Stormwind is the one behind the explosion in the square today.
That is utterly ridiculous.
Is it? I found your Stormwind bard in my chambers with that traveling minstrel.
Matthias?
Anaax, stealing secrets.
Piper would have stolen nothing.
You admit that she was there.
I will not deny that you saw her.
This is getting ridiculous. I will not be part of petty intrigues.
I'm not finished. These plans were found in your quarters. 7 fireballs to go off simultaneously from the reading of one scroll.
What?
This is a lie.
Is it?
It was you?
No, it wasn't. I swear.
There has to be some sort of explanation.
Captain, arrest Advisor Altaz of Stormwind.
I'm sure there must be some explanation, Master Steward.
You did this, didn't you?
Me?
Master Vespilio, the Master Steward was sent to kill you by the king.
What?
But I was going to stop him because we have the Queen's backing. But now it all makes sense. It was he who planned the explosion, who planted the plans in Altaz's room. Master Steward, I charge you with the murder of innocent lives. In the explosion in the square, you will be held until your public trial, and let's face it, probably hanging, if not beheaded.
But you have one problem with your theory.
And what's that?
I didn't do it, and I am no murderer.
But I am.
The knife digs deep into Captain Vance.
No!
Altaz, summoning all the magic she can possibly control, throws her hands out in front of her. To no effect.
No magic allowed in the royal libraries.
It's as if she didn't think we thought this through.
Help! We need a physic! Captain Vance has been attacked! Help!
You had best listen to your man's dying wish. Run.
And so Altaz ran. She ran as fast as her legs would take her.
Are you flirting with me?
Do you think I would come all the way from Stormwind just to flirt with the captain of the King's Guard?
Well, yeah.
You think too much of yourself.
I heard music. I could have sworn I did.
How could you hear anything above your own ego?
Well, you are funny. Well, you should become a minstrel, or what's the one that tells jokes? A jester?
A fool.
I see. Well, you don't have to choose then, I understand. It wouldn't be fair of me to make you choose. I'm sorry. I wish things were different.
But they are not.
I know.
Ned, I choose you.
Louisa, the king has...
You've never called me that before.
I know. I thought it was about time I did.
Ned, I choose you.
Surely the Queen wouldn't have.
Gilly. Sweet, young Gilly. She did. Which is why Altaz was banished from Carsus. It was the steward's word against, as well as the word of the king's own sworn enemy against hers.
This was all planned, wasn't it?
Yes.
Master Steward and Vespilio never had a falling out.
No. They had plans to usurp the throne well in advance of the king's illness, but it was the illness that allowed them to position themselves closer to the throne without actually taking it. Well, until Vespilio took it.
But they got away with it. The Steward, Vespilio, Avalon.
Sort of. The steward died soon after. Some might say it was Altaz herself who came back and did it.
And was it?
Who knows? But the piper was true to her word.
What do you mean?
A few months later, the master steward passed away. The king insisted that he be buried with full honours. During his funeral, as the high priest spoke of the steward's love and dedication to the king, we all know that to be a farce, don't we? Anyway, as the high priest spoke of the steward's love and dedication to the king, a lonely, ghostly, muffled note came from the casket. Everyone thought it was a sign from the heavens above, but I knew differently. For, if you do recall, on that day that we were banished from the castle, the piper told the steward that she would one day stick her pipes somewhere. And she did. The gas build-up in the corpse did the rest. And then she was gone. Never heard from her again.
That was the best story ever, Mr. Anaax. Now, how about that kiss?
Gilly kisses Anaax passionately.
Wow. Thank you.
And the key?
Oh, right there, found the boss.
Thank you.
Oh, one more thing, Mr. Anaax. If it wasn't the steward or Vespilio that set off the explosion, then who was it?
Scene 25, the road. Grace is sitting on the back of a cart as Dockside comes into view.
I'm sorry to hear about your ma and pa. It's real tragic like.
Grace looking the stranger in the eye.
Thank you. Losing them was the hardest thing I've ever experienced.
Oh, heck, you're gonna make me cry.
Grace fingers her amulet.
Are you gonna be okay?
I will be just fine.
Always have I roamed, ne'er a place to call my own, nor a bed to rest my head. But perhaps I was misled, for now I think I see how much still waits for me. I must find my way home.
Scene 26, post-bow scene. 40 years later, the Rough Ride Tavern. Anaax is returning to his guest room after a disheartening set.
That was terrible.
Anaax is startled, and even though he recognizes the voice, he doesn't turn around.
What are you doing here? I don't want you to see me like this.
I don't want to see you like this either.
You didn't answer me. What are you doing here?
I have a gift for you.
Gift? You're not the gift-giving type.
I'm just full of surprises, I guess.
You were the first person I ever loved, you know.
Was I? Or was I the first person that you couldn't conquer? I loved you too, you know. In my own way.
You left me.
I had to find Altaz. She was hurting.
And I wasn't? You just disappeared. Right after I told you that I loved you, you disappeared. I mourned you. The loss of you.
Anaax, no one has ever had me. Not even you. I told you all those years ago that I was different. I'm sorry if that hurts, but that's the truth. I didn't expect it to be like this for you. I'd heard you were a great hero, fighting some evil with friends.
Yeah, well, after the companions, things sort of went downhill.
I'm sorry. Truly. I should go. If you ever find that spark within you again, I miss it. And yes, I miss you too. But if you find it, I'll be in Stormwind.
Piper exits. Anaax turns to find a box on his straw cot. He reads the attached card.
You've not aged a day. Harold.
He opens the box.
Well, I'll be.
Anaax picks up his new lute. Curtain.
Hello, my friends. My name is Tory Doctor, and I'm going to give the actors a few minutes to have a bit of a break, and then we can do a little bit of a Q&A. Thank you so much for coming. Actors, you do not need to attend the Q&A. If you need to go, we certainly understand, but we'd love you to stick around. There's at least one question, I'm sure there's going to be more coming in the chat, perhaps even on Discord. Thank you, my friends, and I'll give you a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm here for you if you have any questions.